Welcome dear student to video number 1 talking about an introduction to Python programming language. Alright, let's start. Why Python? Point number 1, Python the fastest growing language by time, number of companies use it, YouTube, Google, Yahoo and Dropbox, all of these companies using Python. And the area of using, you can use it everywhere, software development, web development and also GUI. Python is the easiest and simplest language, has a simple syntax similar to the English language, with a fewer lines than the other programming languages. So that's why Python came to the picture, because of those people who know nothing about programming. Python works on different platforms, Windows, Mac, Linux, etc. and also runs on interpreter. An interpreter system means that the code can be executed as soon as it is written. That's why we call it as general purpose language. Okay, now to work with Python, you need at the beginning to download it from python.org downloads, or you can work it online using the second link, online Python interpreter. When you work with Python, you need to know about Python interpreter, which is used to convert code to the binary code to the machine language to a computer understand your program. And also, when you work on a real software, so you will be using something we call it IDE. IDE is short for the word Integrated Development Environment. What does this mean? This is the place where you can write your code, run your code and also debug it. That's really important. There should be an option for debugging because your program might have some errors and you need to correct this debugs. There's a virus IDE available in the market nowadays, and the most famous one is PyCharm. PyCharm is an integrated development environment you use in a computer programming, especially for the Python language. Now, let's start with the variable names and naming rules inside Python. Variables are containers for storing data values. Unlike other programming languages, Python has no command for declaring a variable. A variable is declared the moment you first assign a value to it. For example, x = 5. Now, a variable name can be a short name like x and y, or more descriptive name as age, car name, total, and value. But there's some naming rules for the Python variables. A variable name must start with a letter or the underscore. A variable name cannot start with a number. A variable name can only contain alphanumeric characters and underscore. From A to Z, 0 to 9, and underscore. Variable names are case sensitive, so when you start to type it in small letters, it's different than when you start to type it in capital letters, or if you're going to combine capital and small letters, all of these are different variable names. Here is some example about legal variable names, and here is a list for examples for illegal variable names. Now, moving to the third point, data types in Python. It's very important to understand whatever data you are working with so you can process the data in that format. Because if you don't process the data in the correct format, particularly you might face some errors inside your program. The data types in Python are non-data type, numeric data type, and a sequence data type. Now let's start with the first data type, none. When you have a variable and if you don't assign a value to this variable, we call it none. In other programming languages we call it null, but in Python we use the word none. So this is about the first data type. Moving to the second one is the numeric data type. And here we have multiple types, int, float, and bool. The int data type means num = 2, which is an integer value. And the float num equal 5.7. Exactly, it's a float data type because I have a point here. So what about this third data type, bool? Now, this type, bool, is also called a Boolean data type. Now, when it comes to the Boolean, it simply means true and false. Think about computer word. If you have two choices, so we apply a condition. The same way, in applying a condition, you will get true and false. For example, if I have b equal 5, k equals 7, b less than k, yes, it's true. So this is the bool data type. But why we bring and talk about the bool data type, true and false, related to a numeric data type? It should be different, right? The thing in this Python, we use true as to present 1 and false representing 0. So that's why we add the bool data type related to the numeric format. With the next data type, we have in fact something we call it sequence. Under the sequence word, we have all of these types: list, set, tuple, string, and range. So about the lists, which we gonna to explain it in details later on. List is a group of numbers, a group of strings, or a group of related data joined together. About the string, here we go. Using a single quote or double quote, both works. But now, what about the character data type? Because we didn't talk about it. In other programming languages, we have a data type, we call it character, means representing only one letter. But in Python, you can use the string data type for representing both a character or string data types. So the data types we have in Python are int, float, bool, list, and string. Of course, we have more than these data types, but we are going to concentrate on these data types only. Now, with a new part in Python, Python operators. So we have different operators in Python: arithmetic operators, assignment operators, relational operators, and logical operators. Let's go with the arithmetic operators, which means addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and also the percent used for the mod. Double multiplications means power, and also double divisions means integer division. Now with the arithmetic operators, it's easy to say x equal 2, y equal 3, x plus y, x minus y, x multiplied with y, or x divided by y. All of these come under the arithmetic operators. With the assignment operators, this goes when you go with the equal. That's mean assignment. Simply we can say x equal 8. And that's mean that I'm going to assign the 8th value to the x variable. Okay, let's look for this example also. X equal x plus 2. That means I'm adding the value x to x itself with number 2. Some operations you can do as short operator, and you can type it like this: x plus equal 2. And you can apply this for the rest of the arithmetic operations. Also, for example, x multiplied equal 3. Now, let's say if I have two variables, a and b, and I want to assign a values, for example, 5 and x, we can write it in two statements: a equal 5 and b equal 6. But we can also do it in a one line. I can assign a comma b equal 5 comma 6. So this not assignment, it could be in one line itself. Okay, about the third part, we are going with the relational operators. We see the word relational here because we are trying to relate between two different values. And here we are using equals to, greater than, less than, not equals, greater than equals to, less than equals to. Now, if an A and B are in the same values, we cannot add an equal, because equal, a single equal, means I'm going to assign a value. If I want to compare between two variables, I'm going to add double equal. About presenting not equal, I need to add the exclamation mark before the equal sign, and this means not equal. Now, going to the last type of the operators, logical operators. Now, if you have two conditions and you want to combine these two conditions together, you're going to work with based only these operators, and, or not. When we come to and, you have to make sure that both conditions are true. For example, if I'm going to say A equal 5 and B equal 4, to combine between these two conditions, I'm going to say A less than 8, which is true, and B less than 2, which is not true. So I'll get false here, because we said that with the AND logical operator, both conditions must be true. When we come to OR, if you get at least one condition is true, the result will be also true. Here you go. A equal 5, B less equal 4. A is less than 8, which is true, or B less than 2, which is false. But we're using the OR logical operator, so I'll get true. About the not basically mean reverse. So when I'm going to say X equal true, the reverse of this, not X equal false. Alright, that's all about the video number 1, which is presenting an introduction to Python programming. Waiting the next video, we are going to more details and go more in depth with Python. Thank you.